Welcome back to episode 9 of Mr. Mortgage's Neighborhood. Tonight our first guest is Drew Ruggieri from Angel Oak Wholesale
Angel Oak Mortgage Solutions.
Angel Oak Mortgage Solutions. Drew is one of the people that bails us out when we can't close a loan here at the office. Drew comes in to save the day with his bank that he represents. But before we get too deep into that, let's talk about Drew Ruggieri 15 years ago in the mortgage industry, however it is when you wandered into this magnificent business of mortgages.
Well, 15 years turned into 23 years
Okay.
for me. So I started very similar to you as a loan officer, calling all my sphere of influence, family, friends, then transitioned into, again, similar path of you, Mr. Mortgage, team manager, and then on into wholesale. When the great meltdown of 2007 came.
The implodometer.
Was back into retail again.
Okay.
So I've been retail for the majority of my career. So I'd say the past 3 years I've been in the wholesale space, 2.5 with my current company.
Okay. And you guys are, subprime is a dirty word, so we can't say subprime, and you're not subprime. Now the buzzword in the industry is non-QM.
Yes.
So for the mortgage novice, what's the difference between old school subprime and now non-QM?
So there's the two main differences. Back in the day, as they say, you would really not have to put anything down as a down payment, as they call in our business, the skin in the game. You could get into a house as long as your credit score met the requirements. You can get into the house for nothing.
Nothing. 125 LTV.
Oh boy.
Home equity loans, remember that?
That was crazy. So nowadays, our average credit score right now is in the 730 range, and our average loan to value, meaning the equity someone has in their home, is about 26%. So the difference is, people are invested in the properties, credit's a lot better. But we help all kinds, kind of, as they say, outside of the box.
Yeah, and subprime traditionally was a little more, for lack of a better term, of like the dirty loans. You know, what I tend to be referring to you are the people that are probably really good credit and probably really good cash flow, but not necessarily the greatest on the books tax return kind of borrower. That's normally the 12 month to 24 month bank statement loan.
Exactly.
Or,
that's our sweet spot.
Or the investor who's got 5 rental properties, and of course they depreciate, of course they write off, but so it looks like they make $1.27, but they really are good paying landlords.
Exactly. So we call it we're serving the underserved. The individuals who fall between the cracks. It's 2022. The traditional, I'm going to go to work, I'm going to work 40 hours a week, I'm a W-2 employee. That is, the trend is fading. There's lots of gig works. Everybody's doing DoorDash and Uber and everything under the sun. And that is difficult to document on the traditional side.
Yep.
Business owners. They have great credit, they run a business, but they get the luxury of writing off some of their income.
Sure.
So not giving them the ability to qualify for their traditional loan. That's where we step in.
Yeah.
Alternate ways of documenting their ability to repay the loan.
Sure. And you also do, which we spoke about when you were here last week, the ITIN loans.
Yes.
Which are another loan that is not available through Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac.
Exactly. So there's individuals, again, that kind of slip through the crack. Individuals here in the country who are working, they got steady jobs, they pay their taxes, but the federal government, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, VA, those individuals can't qualify for those types of loans. We step in, we're serving and giving them the ability to purchase a home, live the American dream.
Nice. So if you were another loan officer out there watching this and they wanted to get in touch with you, how would a loan officer reach out to you to try to bring them in to get some products for that?
Well, they can certainly give me a call. Phone number is 856-498-3731. That's probably the best way to get a hold of me. If you're outside of the Delaware Valley, give me a call. I'll put you in touch with one of the representatives from our company. And it's really within a 5 or 10 minute conversation, we can figure out if your borrower, or we can help your borrower with a type of loan.
Nice. Okay, so outside of work, outside of 9 to 5 Drew, what does Drew Ruggieri do to warm his spirit or take his time when he's on the weekend or whatever?
Absolutely. So a family man, married, 3 kids, love to spend time with my wife, my kids. Like everybody out there nowadays, my kids are into sports, so we're here, we're there. Personally, love watching movies, love listening to music, work out as much as I possibly can. Things get in the way, but yeah, pretty good stuff.
Nice, nice. And one business question that I forgot to ask you that I have to. With all the change in environment and the crazy interest rates and the shift, how has that affected your day-to-day business and what you see coming in?
So it's actually let's say an adverse effect, but it's a reverse effect for someone on the kind of traditional side. So when traditional rates, conventional rates kind of rise, most of the refinances that people were doing or thinking about doing kind of go away, which in then turns loan officers to figure out, I have to be able to close more loans, so they expand their view, which again is a perfect opportunity to give me a call, and those loans that they were too busy for possibly, or they go talking with more people from their sphere of influence.
Sure.
Saying, hey, I have these different out-of-the-pocket loan programs for the guy who runs the pizza shop or the lady who owns the flower store. So my business is kind of taking an uptick.
Nice.
Which I'm very happy about.
Yeah, so when the low-hanging fruit goes away, Drew's phone rings a lot more. You know?
It does.
That's awesome. That's great. All right, here's your personal question. You could have a person, alive or dead, play you 2 songs. Who would it be? Who would the musician be? And what would the 2 songs be that you would want to experience live?
Whew. Does that have to be the same person?
No.
So, as I said, I love music, love going to concerts. Would have loved to see the Beatles.
Okay.
Any of their songs. John Lennon, Let It Be, maybe.
Okay.
And before, I would love to see The Who.
Okay.
I have a very wide.
They're playing tomorrow night.
Are they?
Yeah, they're
Where?
playing at the Wells Fargo Center.
No. I guess I better go.
Yes, there you go. There's your answer. I just granted your wish for you on this award. Awesome, Drew. Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back with the next guest.